Bart, so I mean, we've covered a lot of geological time, and the Ice Age is, of course, very famous. I think one of the things that when people think about paleontology, they often remember is, for example, Jurassic Park and the whole scene with the mosquito, or, for example, the tick. Like we saw a tick on the Triceratops earlier. But when that blood is preserved in that kind of animal, and let's say it's trapped in resin, is there anything you can do with that to reconstruct something as recent as the woolly mammoth?
Okay, yes. So let's start with the bad news first. Jurassic Park is not going to happen. You need dinosaur DNA for it, and it doesn't exist. DNA falls apart in geological terms quite rapidly, with like a half time of a couple of 10,000s of years. So which means that after 65 million years, you basically just have an alphabet soup. You cannot make anything from it anymore. What we do have is the complete DNA of the woolly mammoth.
Complete?
Yeah, the entire genome. So we know that, for example, that mammoths are really closely related to the Asian elephants. They're closer related to Asian elephants than we are to chimpanzees.
Oh wow.
So with that information, you still cannot clone a mammoth because you would need a live mammoth cell, which we also do not have. But you could genetically engineer an Asian elephant bit by bit to make it slightly hairier and to make the blood more resistant to cold and to make tusks bigger so that they can act like a snow shovel, etc., etc. We do not know how to do this right now, but we might learn how to do this in the future. Then there's still a lot of reasons why. So there's a technical problem, we don't know how to do it. Then we will put the genetically modified elephant inside a mummy elephant and hope nothing goes wrong. Probably lots of things will go wrong. When we were cloning Dolly the sheep, it took 78 attempts before there actually was a Dolly the sheep. So doing this is also very hard and not quite ethical, given that elephants are threatened and highly intelligent creatures. And then you get a hairy elephant, which could serve the ecological role of a woolly mammoth, theoretically.
What can you tell us based on the fossil preservation about the woolly mammoth's behavior? For example, in elephants, we have some very lifelike, I'm trying to think of the right word, but there's personification. For example, elephants will mourn their dead. They have very good memories. Can we make these same kind of inferences about the woolly mammoth?
Some, yes. We know that they have the big tusks, so they could act as snow shovels.
Yeah.
We know about their brain size, so we know that they were comparable in intelligence to modern elephants. We find them in groups together, so we know they lived in herds, etc. So those are things that we can say.
And would there have been a form of like I don't know, like an alpha female or alpha male in a pack of elephants or a pack of woolly mammoths?
Probably they had a social structure that was quite similar to the ones that modern elephants have. Yeah. And we know about their diet because we find preserved mammoth shit in the permafrost. I think we have a specimen here somewhere. We'll look for it later. Yeah. So but it's something like, did they mourn their dead? We don't know. It took us ages to figure out that elephants can recognize themselves in a mirror. And elephants are still around.
Yeah.
It's hard to find out stuff about animals. Yeah.
And I mean, this particular